If you want to get urged this year and make a little extra cash on the side, you need to try the side hustle. In this video, I'm going to be testing Airpod Max reselling, which is the most profitable method of reselling that some people have even said has made them rich. I'll be showing my exact steps on how I do it and if it's worth it. Trust me, it is. First off, you're going to need to find good and reliable vendors, which is usually hard to do with everyone trying to sell links to you on their websites or Snapchat. However, I found the best one-to-one vendor links and I listed them down in the description for free. Along with the Airpod Max link, there are a few more links to items that you can resell in the spreadsheet that have been tested and proven to be profitable by other resellers online. After clicking on the Airpod Max link, you're going to see that it is listed as a silicone case, but that is only for copyright reasons, and if you scroll down and read the reviews, everyone is talking about how good the sound quality and noise cancellation is. And then once you scroll back up to the top, you're going to notice that there are a ton of different options. It actually shows up with the AirPods Pro 2 with the ANC, but that's just to make it look like it's a cheaper price, because when you click on the actual ones, it shows up as $85, but that is for the cheaper option. You're actually going to want to select the more expensive because it comes with noise cancellation. I made the mistake with buying the cheaper one, and it didn't come with it, so it was a lot harder to sell. You can also buy in bulk, which is smarter because it cuts down the cost, and then you don't have to wait for the long 2-week shippings every time you want to get a new pair. I ended up just getting one pair of the black AirPod Pro Max with noise cancellation. It was the more expensive option, but I want the best quality for my buyer, and it said it should be here within 2 weeks, so I'll update you guys once it's here. It actually ended up only taking 10 days for them to come in, and once again, they arrived on my doorstep, and off the bat, they feel really heavy, so I'm excited to see the quality. Also, the nice thing about these AirPod Maxes is they come in a box that you can actually use to reship them out if the buyer chooses the shipping option. But right off the bat, I can already see the serial number that'll plug in right now to prove that it works. This works for every single Apple product in my spreadsheet, so you can always use this to show your buyer that they show up as real. But right off the bat, they already feel a lot heavier than when I had bought in the cheaper option. Although there is a dent or crease or whatever you want to call it in the back, I'm sure it won't be that big of a deal. But it comes with this peel off tab that all Apple products have, and it really just feels like the Apple experience opening these. So far, the box on the outside looks completely one-to-one. The only problem I've had so far is that mark on the back, but that's fixable. But opening these up, they feel really heavy, because unlike the cheaper option, these actually have metal casings on the outside like the real pair. But it comes with the Apple pamphlet that every single Apple product comes with, and it says designed in California by Apple. And underneath it, it also comes with a charger, just like every other Apple product. So far, the entire of the box is completely one-to-one. Now for the AirPods themselves, they look very real and feel very real because they have some weight to it, but also because of the quality of the mesh on top, the ear muffs which say right and left on it and pop off just like the normal pair, and the adjustable headphone straps above it. It also comes with the charging ports on the bottom, and on the other side it'll have the twisting knob for volume and the other thing for transparency mode. Now finally, you're going to want to take your pictures, one of the front like that and one of the back, and yes, I know there's a mark in the back. I'm going to get it fixed, or I'm just going to give the buyer a discount. You're going to want to take a picture of the serial number, and then finally you're going to want to take a picture of all the contents inside so the buyer knows what they're getting. Now that you have taken those high quality photos, you can go and head over to Facebook Marketplace and search up AirPod Max in your search bar. The reason you're going to do this is to see what you're going to price them at. So for example, I noticed that people were listing them as from $200 to $300, so I'm just going to go for the medium and list them as $250, but you could do whatever. It just might take longer if you go higher, or you just won't be getting as much profit if you go lower. Now that you know what you're going to price them at, you're ready to go list them. So it's very simple. All you have to do is add your photos, and since I'm on computer, it might look different than if you're on your phone, but it's all the same. So go ahead, add the photos, and then go to your title. Since we're not going to call these AirPod Maxes because we're not trying to scam people, list them as Bluetooth headphones or anything else that indicates that they are one-to-one replicas and not real. Then for the price, like I said earlier, I'm doing $250. It all depends on your area, but just plug in the price right there, and you might eventually go lower if they're not selling. Now for category, you're going to want to go ahead and put cell phone headsets. This will just help it pop up higher in a search. And then for condition, you want to do use like new, because sometimes Facebook takes it down if you have it as new, because they see how cheap the price is. Then for description, I'd recommend doing what I have here. It's worked very well for me, and it worked when I did it for the AirPods Pro 2 in my last video. And then for the fitment and wireless and whatever, just obviously do what they are. And then you're going to want to go over to the next page, which is going to be your delivery method. So just put in your location, and then you're going to be able to choose between shipping and local pickup or both. I recommend doing both. It'll just help us sell faster. And if you're going to do shipping, make sure that you pay for the shipping for the buyer, just so it just looks better. And then since it is heavy with the metal casings on the outside, you're going to want to do 1 to 2 pounds. So the shipping is going to cost around $9, but you're still going to make a pretty good profit, so it really doesn't matter. And then on the next page, you can let offers be allowed or not. I put it at 200 because I really don't care, because I'll still be making a good amount of profit. And then lastly, this is your groups that you can join and list them in. I'd recommend joining the buy and sell groups. I'm not going to put it in the groups that I have above because it just doesn't apply to these headphones. But just like that, you have your listing done, and now you're going to give it a few days and wait for the messages to come in. And actually within 3 days, I already got a message asking if it was available, and he said he could come pick it up after his work at around 8 o'clock. So I gave him the address, and he came right at 8:05, and I handed it to him, and he gave me the money. And just like that, I'm up about $130 in profit after only 3 days, and that was just with one pair. And imagine what I could do with 5 or 10. So I recommend doing this side hustle. It's definitely scalable to more than what I made today, and also it is a big upgrade from just selling AirPods Pros for making around $40 to $50 profit. Leave a comment down below on how your reselling journey goes.